Well, hello there. Greetings and salutations. Today we are doing a product install and then review. We have a dual camera. I don't know what we call these on a motorcycle. It's a dash cam for motorcycles which have no dash. This goes in the front of the bike and another one in the back of the bike. So we're going to put this on and then see what we think on today's Graybeard Biker. All right, so you could kind of see the poop sheet here. Both cameras are 1080p. They're not 4K cameras. They're not for that. Both of them are 30 FPS, which is frames per second. It's got Wi-Fi. It's got loop recording support, which is good. Memory card, operating temperature, all of that other stuff. Product name is Motorcycle Dash Cam, and it's model number D6-RL. The manufacturer is Vsys, V-SYS Tech. I will link this in the description below. If you decide that you want one of them, you will know how to put it up, and we'll know where to get it from. Let's open it up and see what we have here. This is the user manual, which I guess will tell us how it operates after we get it on. I believe you can, it's got a little DVR in it, and then you can look at everything through your phone. There's an app where you can do all of that, so that's good. Let's see what the QR codes, warranty, let's see what it actually looks like. All right, so here's the motorcycle DVR HD recorder. So this, I believe, is going to go underneath your seat. And this is where everything is recorded. Probably has place for a card. Yep, right here. So that's the non-camera part. And then in here, this appears to be a on-off button. And then this is just power. All right. And then here's the actual camera. Lots of little individual parts. Let's go ahead and open this up here. See if we can see what the camera itself is going to look like. So there we go. That is the little camera right there. So the trick is going to be to figure out, where am I going to mount this? So we'll figure that out once we get out there to the motorcycle lift, and we look at it and we see where everything's going to fit and all of that. It has a couple of other, this is like a sticky mount. That's interesting. And then, of course, we have zip ties, and this is the secondary camera. So this should be interesting. Put it all in here, take it out to the garage, see what we got. All right, so we have the recorder here. So that we have all the stuff correctly. But looking at it, it actually appears to be pretty well thought out as far as the way everything connects, is color-coded and whatnot. So the way that I'm going to start here is by taking off the seat, because it goes the battery and all that stuff. We're going to end up putting it underneath here. So remove the throne. And then we're going to hide the goodies down here somewhere. So I guess the first thing to do is to figure out where am I going to put the cameras. So let's get one. All right, so this is what the little camera looks like. And there is an extension cable on here, which is actually pretty long, which means you can pretty much put it wherever you want. Where do I want to put it? Let's see, in the back. Let's disconnect this here because then it gets shorter. Just for our purposes today, just for our purposes of figuring out where it is we're going to put it. I could put it back here where the seat is, but I've got this luggage rack, so that won't work. Technically, I could put it up underneath here, but that has a light, and that light, brake light will light up, and then it'll ruin the footage. So that's not going to work. I reckon I could put it on top of the tail light here. I mean, that would definitely work. Let's see how this taillight lights up here.
Pairing.
So that's going to get, I'm afraid that's going to get in the way of it too, with the light. Now this does not angle this way at all, without bending it, of course. I could put it here, which is next to the light. Underneath, that won't work. Put it here, but then I can't ever put a backpack up there. I guess the best thing is going to be right here, and we'll just see what that does to the footage. I mean, I guess that's really what I should do is test the footage. So we won't cement it there, but we'll plan for right now to put it on top of the taillight. Now the front, I don't want to put it on the fender. I do not think at all. No, 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 sir. Maybe I do need to bend this so that I can, mount it however I want.
Any way you want, that's the way you need.
I think it's basically going to have to go to the side. If I do that, how do I get it to go straight? So there is a little round thing here. Can you see that? Here's something. No, I can't either. I don't even know what the hell that is, but I might be able to do it up here. I could definitely do it right there. There we go. Right there. That's excellent. All right, so there's plenty of room right here for that. Let's look at the back again. License plate, not really good. Unless I flag it out right there. I could always, oh yeah, I could do it right here. It's not straight off the back, but it'll do what it's supposed to do. I think that's good. A good idea right there. And snake it in. Well, just follow this line right here. Put it right there on the inside, right? And then just snake it up. That's good. That's what we'll do. All right, so now I have my locations determined. I'm gonna figure out where I'm gonna put the main unit, which will undoubtedly go in here somewhere. Now this does not come with the card, so I have to get one. I heard it did not come with a card, so I'll have to get one for it. All right. I don't remember what size all this is. So let's see. Well, it looks like a T30 will fit, but it's technically a T40. Now I'm taking all of this off because I have to be able to get to the battery, which is underneath all this garbage. So we've got, this is the control module for the thing. Not the same as the DVR itself, but this is where all the power gets connected. So it can be out of sight, out of mind. All right, let's see what we got here. Now, this goes to red, whatever that is. Oh, I guess this connects to the unit. This is the power, which goes to the battery. And this gets tied into some accessory. So one of the accessories that's only on when the power is on. So the thing I think to do, if I can, is to run it up to the headlight, to the low beams, because that's always on. And I have to get up in there anyway. I just have to make sure that this will run that far. Because I can put this anywhere I want. I've got to be able to get to that here though. I think that's probably the thing to do. Now it comes with this here, which is to take pictures. I'm not going to be taking pictures with the dash cam, so I'm not even going to attach that. This will go to here. Pretty good connector. So all the cameras will go to here. All right, so that actually gives me, aside from this, which has to go here, I could technically put this anywhere. I could put it up under here. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is lift up the gas tank so that I can kind of run this underneath it. Because before I commit to anything, right, I want to make sure that it's going to work the way that I want it to work. Let's see, can I get to... Yep, that's a 40 as well. All right. All right. So let's see. Oh, where did it go? There it is. Here, okay. So fish this up through into here. Here. Now, I wish I was able to be on both sides. All right. This wire to the low beams, which is right here. And then when I do that, whenever the bike is turned on, is when the DVR will be turned on. So that's the idea there. So you can see where I put the camera right here. So right up underneath the right it's right up underneath the. All right, so what I'm doing now is attaching this, which is the power switch for the DVR, connecting it to the low beams. And then we put this around the low beam wire. Add a little insulation on here, you know. A little security, make it a little stronger.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
All right. And that should do it.
Connected. Start recording.
Now the DVR thing, the DVR here is has the front camera marked so you can tell the difference. They are the same color, so it has a tab so that you can see what's what. And we're just going to run it up the same way we did the accessory cable. I left the zip ties loose so I can actually just use the exact same zip ties. All right, so let's do the back now. Same sort of thing. Start with disconnecting the camera and then the cable only first. And this is relatively easy because I already have cables here. So I will literally just tether to the zip tie to the bottom. Okay. So the yellow end, of course, plugs into the DVR. And there's a little notch inside this and a notch on top of this. That's how you go with it. They go together. And then we'll run this alongside where I have the switch for my LEDs, the ground effects LEDs. And that leaves us with too much cable. So what I will do is just put this back the way I found it here. And then tied together with the twist tie that it actually came in. And then we'll tuck that away here behind the seat. Again, we'll put the little 3M thing on it. The other thing of note is that it doesn't really matter what orientation you put the camera in because you can adjust it afterwards. So for example, I am actually going to mount this what appears to be sideways, and then I will adjust how it looks in the camera setup. All right, so now we have both cameras put on. What I have left to do is to connect it to the battery and then to connect the accessory wire to the low beams so that they come on when the switch turns on. And then that'll be that. Now, depending on what kind of bike you have, kind of depends on how you have to do this. Some bikes you may have to take the covers off, hide everything in there. I'm going to try to simply go through the top. I do want the DVR to be on top of everything, but the control module can be underneath. The DVR has to be on top because the card that goes in it, I'll need to be able to have access to. So. And then the positive. Now we just got to bundle all this stuff back up. Here's my pigtail. I've got something coming for the pigtail, which will be a future video. So I will just kind of stick it. Go to putting everything back together. I'm going to start with the gas tank here. I did not need to lift the gas tank up very much in order to get my wire underneath it. So that's good. I will put the battery tray back. That holds the tray that holds the ECM. All right. Now we get the joy of making sure everything's tidy. And again, here's the blue wire. If I was going to take photos with it, the switch would go here, and then I could run the switch up here somewhere in order to push the button and take photos. The reason why I'm not doing that is, number one, I'm not planning on taking pictures with my dash cam. The other is because the switch is not attractive, so I'm not putting it up here to be an eyesore either. So literally just leaving this one alone. All right. So now I have power going to the DVR. So let's connect.
Connected.
Let's connect our little app here that they had me download, which is Vsysto is the app in the Apple Store. So let's see how to connect it because it's got its own Wi-Fi and all that stuff. So we'll look at the poop sheet. All right. There it is. All right. And there we go. That's the front. So, in order to get ready to test her, we have to button her back up. Do I still have take this excess here and draw it up out of the way. All right. So now what we're going to do, throw the seat back on and then take it for a spin and then come right back, let you know what we think. Now let's head out and see how the footage turns out. So I took her out for a test drive to see if we could get some footage on the dash cam, see what it looks like. Well, the biggest issue with the dash cam, if you're not going to take the card out, and that means doing it through the app wirelessly, is it takes forever to download. It's not very fast. You can do it, it's just not very fast. So I am downloading the files right now because I don't want to have to take the seat off again. Because you have to, in order to get the card, you have to take the seat off, get the card out, take the card inside, come back in, put the card back in, put the seat back on. You know, it's a hassle. So being as I don't have anywhere to go, I'm waiting and letting it download on the phone. Now, the way that it works once you get in the app, you'll go to where it says online. Don't know why it says online. You click where it says online. Maybe it uploads them to the cloud or something. I have no idea. I wouldn't think so. But you do that, and then the front camera page will show up, and you have a bunch of time slots there. You click the one you want, then it says open or save. Then when you want the rear camera, in the top left corner, there's a flip button, kind of like you see on your phone when you're changing your cameras. That'll go to the rear camera. You pick the same file name, same time slot, and that'll be the rear of the same time. So let's let you have a look at it. All right, so that's going to do it for today's video. Overall, my thoughts on the DVR is that it was a good purchase. You get both cameras, you have micro SD card access, you also have an app where you can download it on the fly if you need to while you're on the road. And the quality's good. So it's not 4K, but you don't need 4K for a dash cam. So I think it's good. The link, again, if you want one, is in the description below. I also had the QR code. Well, I'll put it up again. Here's the QR code again if you want to scan it with your phone. But overall, pleased with the DVR and its footage. Now, next up, as we prepare for Sturgis, is going to be the headlight installation. I've actually already started that. I just have to do some more testing before I can put the episode out about it. So that's what's going to be next, and we will see you guys then. If you haven't, please like and subscribe, all the YouTubey stuff, and we'll see you in the next episode. Until then, stay free. Keep it shiny side up.